All right, we're back here at halftime. Pirates are up 50-29. It's a 21-point lead for Southwest here. We've got quite a few players in double digits, led by Jared Bairstow and Alex Boardman. Now, the Toowoomba Mountaineers obviously come in a bit short-handed. They prepared to play this game with Aaron Maxey as well as Chris Whitehead. Oh, Luke Peterson's trying to take us all out here, I think. Just going to see if I can pull up some stats. Just keep an eye on the stream and let's see how we go.
Are we on?
We're on. We are on and rocking. Second half action here as Southwest looks to take the first game of their first game of the QBL season with an important pool match versus Toowoomba. Trying to pull up some stats here for you. I got my live stats just like everyone else out there watching is looking at their live stats.
The standout figure on there, Bairstow with 16 points on 7 of 10 shooting.
Tees off a screen, pulls up for the jump shot, no good. Knocking it around is Dickerson and Boardman. Boardman wins that battle. Pirates have Vines, Tees, Piddle, Bairstow, and Boardman. Vines using the left hand, kicks out for Piddle. Jump shot's good. That's a three-pointer from Luke Piddle. He's going to get a lot of open looks. He's going to have to benefit for the Pirates this season.
Absolutely, and that's where he is good, just spotting up, and if Vines can find him, he can knock that down. Piddle obviously in here starting too in place of Tolo with those 3 fouls that he came in with.
Pirates, like I said, have Vines, Bairstow, Piddle, Boardman, and Tees. Toowoomba's going to counter with Weber, Ebneter, Malik, Dickerson, and Pantano.
Side ball here to the Pirates.
Yeah,
7 seconds on the shot clock to see what they can come up with.
Aggressive catch. Bairstow's going to have to hustle. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. Vines pushing off. That's definitely an offensive foul. Led with the forearm there.
Easy call for the ref there.
That's 3 personals on Vines.
Probably could have seen a foul on Malik.
Yeah.
On
Bairstow
on the catch, but with Vines trying to create space with that shot clock running out.
That's definitely going to test the depth of the Pirates here as Vines has 3. Bairstow hits Tees, who skips it out to Vines. Vines going to fire from 3. That's a bit strong. Good offensive rebound from Piddle out to Tees. His 3 is short as well. Boardman corrals another offensive rebound. Finds Tees. Free throw line jump shot in and out, no good. And Pantano comes down with it.
Now we see Dickerson pushing the floor again, which he did well in the first half. Earns himself a trip to the line.
That little floater is no good, but he's fouled. Foul's going to go on Bairstow. That's going to be Bairstow's 3rd personal as well. Oh, sorry, his 2nd personal. Abraham Yak going to check in, and Ryan Vine's going to have to take a seat on the bench.
Pirates certainly do need to find a way to pick up the ball earlier with Dickerson here and not allow him to go coast to coast and keep getting to the line or easy layups.
Transition is his game. I mean, you give him space, he's going to hurt you.
That's it. And, good teams in the league don't just leak points in transition.
Dickerson rattled home the first, then hits the 2nd as well. So the lead out to 20 for Southwest, 53-33.
Piddle slides over to point guard. Already we're seeing the ball slowing down a little bit. I'm certainly sure the Pirates throughout the season would like to see Piddle being able to maintain that pace and pushing the ball at the same rate that Vines does.
They're going to get Boardman there for an offensive foul, setting a moving pick, trying to create some space for Brendan Tees to come off of.
I think I've seen Pantano set a moving pick every time, so interesting that that's the one on Boardman that's been called here tonight.
Now Dickerson going at Bairstow. Good defense there from Bairstow.
That was a really good drive, and just unfortunately didn't put it down, but as you said, good defense from Jared there.
Jared kept his ground and went vertical.
Ball sort of got stuck with Yak here. Now Tees settling things down and spacing the floor.
No look inside for Boardman. Great look, and he's fouled. T's making something out of nothing there, and Boardman's going to go to line for 2 shots.
So, Boardman did do a good job at just dropping into the hole in behind the line where T's had come across. So back coming from weak side onto the ball side, and T's just dropping it off to him and putting him on the foul line here.
Taking a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Don't have anything from Ipswich and the Gold Coast. Sunshine Coast Phoenix Clippers are leading the Sunshine Coast Rip 69-45. Got Brisbane and Bundaberg tied at 41. Cairns leading Mackay 44-37. And Rockhampton all over Gladstone 63-31. And of course we hear from Hibiscus Sports Complex and Southwest leading Toowoomba 53-33.
Some interesting scores in there that you read out. I'm obviously most surprised with Brisbane being tied with Bundy after what we saw from Bundy last night, and the pre-season talk for Brisbane. That's one you would have expected to be a lot more comfortable for the Capitals.
I can only imagine what Coach Tarrant is saying right at this moment.
I think I can hear him from here.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be a Capitals player right now. But I still think, again, though, I was talking about this on the broadcast last night, Luke. I still think Brisbane is definitely a contender, if not the favorite to win the competition. 2 years of running, making it to the grand final. Last year, coming within a whisker of winning it and bringing back the same core. Yes, teams have improved, but I don't think you can devalue or you can really put a number on the value of bringing back the same team for the 3rd year running.
Yeah, stability is a big factor in sports, and it's one that's often forgotten and not given enough credit. And we see, carousels of coaches around the world, and it's the teams that have got the stability in coaching that generally end up at the top.
Yeah, how about that look there from Piddle to Boardman? Boardman went to smash it, and he got fouled, so he'll go to line for 2 shots. Nice creativity there from Luke Piddle.
That's it. Boardman just really does a good job at finding that space. Obviously, the guard's getting the penetration or what's establishing the play, but it's no surprise that it's Boardman again and again, and it's because of the way he steps into space, and he's always ready to go up hard when he gets it.
Missed the free throw. Checking in for Toowoomba, we've got Sid Hume and William Mitchell. So they've got Hume, Mitchell, Weber, Ebneter, and Max Orbell.
Oh, and then Toowoomba giving up the easy offensive board to Yak there off the missed free throw.
Boardman flips one in over 2 defenders. I like Boardman's game. I think he brings a bit of grit that the Pirates have lacked in the last few years, to be honest with you. I think he's a bit of a dirty work kind of guy.
Look here, he does play tough down low. He gives great size, and he's got good athleticism there. And obviously, once those 2 imports come, and he's your bench big man coming in, that's really going to give the Pirates some great depth. Yeah,
it comes down with the defensive rebound. The strength of the Pirates with their roster tonight is certainly in the backcourt. Even with two imports coming in that are in the front court, you still got to look at the backcourt as a strength with Vines, Teasy, Tolo, Piddle. Those guys can all play. You look in the front court, probably where their Pirates are lacking at the moment, which is why they're bringing in 2 big imports.
That's it. I think Tolo will be flattered that you called him a backcourt player rather than a small forward there.
It's that swing position.
Yeah, we played him a couple of times at the 2 last year, so he does have the ability. And he's just worked his way into getting an offensive foul call on Jason Ebner there.
Yeah, I mean, Tolo quite often will match up with guards defensively as well, so
absolutely
got to give him a little bit of backcourt love.
When it comes to the defensive end, yeah, he's got the foot speed that you can put him on a guard, and he uses his length well to make their job hard.
Benny has it now, just checked in for Southwest, checked in for Yak. Tolo gets it over to Vines.
Seeing an odd 1-2-2 type pattern here from the Mountaineers on defense, which has given the Pirates a little bit of pause on where they need to move that ball.
Orbell finds a cutting Mitchell who misses the dunk.
His eyes got wide. He saw that lane open up and just overcooked it a bit.
There's a great look there from Orbell. Good rim running there by Mitchell. Just couldn't finish. Quite long, that Mitchell, isn't he?
Yes, he's got good length. Slight frame, but we saw there that he's still got good athleticism when he dive in that lane.
Whistle on the court. Not sure what they called there.
I think it may just be for the floor.
Maybe. Sid Hume, I thought they were looking at his shorts to see if there was some blood maybe, but looks like it was the floor. 55-33. We'll take a look at some stats, and leading the way for Southwest is Jared Bairstow. 16 points, 8 rebounds. Also has got 4 assists. He's 7 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 6 of 8 from 2.
Pirates get it in but deflect it out, so now they're working on a short 6 seconds to get the ball in and find a shot. And with this 1-2-2 zone, they've struggled a little to find their shots.
Coach Tate trying to work the referees and the bench here. Not sure exactly what's happened here.
It's the first time that we've seen him up and having a word. Probably a little far down the floor, which the refs take objection to before you even get to start speaking. But his calm manner might just buy him a little bit of patience.
All right, so he's got a couple extra seconds there on the shot clock. Went from 4 to 6, so Coach Tate working the shot clock there. Vines has it now with 3. Puts it on the deck, tries to look inside for Boardman. Boardman was expecting shot, not pass. Captain needs to recognize that he's got to get that shot up.
Yeah, even if Boardman had caught that ball, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with it. So his read on getting ready to rebound was probably the right one there. Little floater from Vines would have been handy.
Yeah, so timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. 4:48 to go in the third quarter. Pirates up 22. You're watching Pirates basketball here on Pirates TV.
You know, mid-size at best. Jeff is small.
We're back live here. Okay, give me more of a heads up, Regan. Could be talking smack about someone.
Lucky we weren't. We got away with one there.
Luckily we weren't, so we got away with it that time. Back with you here, Pirates basketball. They're a fairly comfortable lead here, 55-33 over the Toowoomba Mountaineers. Must say it's a shorthanded Toowoomba team without their 2 import players, Aaron Maxey and Chris Whitehead. A bit of confusion to start. They believed that they were cleared, but apparently they were not cleared, so they cannot play tonight.
Yeah, it's certainly been a blow to them, and you know, not only does it affect the team in not having them out the floor, it probably affects the psyche of the other guys a little bit as well, and you know, that's certainly going to rattle you, and you're going to then go out and play.
Yeah, but Toowoomba's still fighting away here. Tolo hits the little scoop shot. 57-33 the lead now. Sid Hume finishes at the rim and is fouled. Good finish there by Hume. Let's see who they give that foul to.
What's going on?
Luke Piddle.
His second. So no real cause for concern for Coach Tate there with only 2 with 4 minutes to go in the third.
Hume misses. Fight for the rebound. Yeah, Callum Benny comes down with it. So you got Benny, Piddle, Bairstow, Vines, and Tolo versus Hume, Orbell, Mitchell, Ebneter, and Weber. Luke Piddle hits his second 3-pointer of the night for the Pirates. They're up 25, 60-35. Ebneter's 3 is no good. Vines fighting with Orbell. Ball goes out of bounds off of Toowoomba. Southwest with the opportunity to take the lead.
To take the lead, bring it back down and stretch the lead a little further.
Take the lead again, yep. You can tell I'm a bit delirious, sorry about that. This is, I think this is my 4th sporting event in 24 hours.
Are you having sporting fatigue here, Johnny?
I never thought it was possible, but yes, I think I am, Luke.
I'm sure if it was a nice tight game that you'd still be sharp, but as the margin spreads, it is harder to maintain your focus on the back of such a marathon of events.
Deacon gets called for the foul.
We've really seen the Pirates scoring slide over to a different array of players in the second half. You know, Bairstow just dominated in the first, so I wonder if that was something that Coach Tate talked about, trying to get some other guys involved. We've seen Piddle get a few buckets here in this third quarter.
Piddle's got 10 on the game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's up 2-3 from three-point land. But now Pirates also have 4 players in double digits, led by Bairstow, 16. Alex Boardman's got 14 and 6 as well. Vines has 11. So there's your 4 in double digits. Take a quick look at Toowoomba. They have 2 players in double digits. Dickerson's got 10, but Malik leads the way with 12. 60-37 the lead. Bairstow gets it. He's going to fire from long range. That's short. Mitchell comes up with it. Skip pass is a bit too long for Pantano.
Just throwing it away there, really an unforced turnover. And when you're struggling there, again, we're going back to Toowoomba's inability to look after the ball.
Ebner, Weber, Malik, Pantano, and Mitchell for Toowoomba. Bairstow has it for Southwest, takes a few dribbles, kicks it out. Piddle's going to fire from 3. That's good as well. Very streaky shooter, but it's falling for him now. That's his 3rd of the third.
He's enjoying the space, the penetration that Vines and Tees and Bairstow are able to create. And he's going to get that all year, so if he can keep knocking them down like this, that'll make him a real asset to this Pirates lineup.
Pantano goes inside for Mitchell. Great catch and finish there by Will Mitchell.
Yeah, some good skills there by Mitchell around the rim.
Vines out to Piddle. Piddle's going to put it on the deck now. Kicks it out for Tolo, whose 3 is up and good. Luke Piddle using the pump fake to get his feet in the paint and kick it out for a Tolo 3.
Really just the same look that we saw for Piddle at the other end. This time he's the creator and Tolo the recipient.
Weber driving the paint, kicks it to the corner for Pantano. Over to Ebner.
Pirates doing a better job on the last few possessions of stepping up with their rotations on those drives.
Weber's got a fire from 3, and he hits it right in the face of Luke Piddle.
A heartbreak when you've got your hand up and the shot clock's expiring. Cam Webber's certainly a player that's done that many a time and in some big situations too.
Now Deacon has it for the Pirates. Hits Bairstow cutting at the free throw line. He spins away from the D. Turnaround jump shot good. Bairstow showing it all tonight, folks.
I think that's his first basket for the second half.
He's approaching 20 points. Mitchell working on Deacon, gets it out to Weber, who's going to fire for 3. That's no good. Ebner, though, comes up with the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Now Pantano is going to fire for 3. That's no good. Bairstow skying for it. Little in and out dribble from Vines. It's going to slow things down. Bairstow has it. Takes one big stride and then kicks it out for Piddle.
Yeah, I think he may have traveled into that one, but gets away with it.
What are the Pirates running here with 8 seconds to go? Tolo 3-pointer. That's a bit too strong.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot that they're running. It's really just the same thing of, guards just creating the driving lane from their spacing and then kicking it out to the shooters.
Ebner going inside for Malik. He's fouled from behind by Jared Bairstow.
Yeah, Toowoomba running a little bit of pick and roll action there. Malik doing a good job on his seal after the roll and forcing Bairstow to reach over his back and draw the foul.
That's a 3rd personal foul for Jared Bairstow. Malik will go to the line for 2 shots.
We've got Brendan Tees checking back into the game. Still looking for his first field goal tonight.
Let's have a look. Let's refresh our stats here and have a look. Yeah, Tees 0 for 10 from the field. He has got to the line, though, 4 times for his 3 points.
I can't imagine that we're going to see Tees going 0 for 10 too often this season. So if the Pirates can weather it out and get a nice easy win with that happening, it may not be seen again.
Yeah, well, Tees is kind of still working into game shape as well. He hasn't actually played a competitive game for quite a while now between the NBL season and the Pirates preseason. He didn't play much, if at all, during Pirates preseason matches.
No, the focus has certainly just been on getting that knee right and keeping him healthy for the season ahead, and of course his NBL season later in the year.
Vines has it at half court for Southwest. There's about 10 seconds to go on the game clock. Vines kicks it out for Tolo. Tolo puts it on the deck, floats it up, no good. Bairstow follow, and he's fouled. There's a good tip there. Let's see who they give this one to. Going to give it to Willie Mitchell. That's going to be his second, and Bairstow is going to go to the line for 2 shots. Great follow there by Jared.
Yeah, sitting right on the rim and again just doing that dirty work. Having Boardman and Bairstow down there making those plays all year, could really be difference makers for the Pirates.
Pirates up by 25 now with that Bairstow free throw. Doesn't feel like a 25-point lead, does it, Luke?
No, look, it's perhaps because this is a game where, given the circumstances that the Mountaineers have found themselves in, we probably would have expected the Pirates to be up more, and so they've been a little bit scrappy and only leading by that, where it's a margin that probably could be larger. Looking forward with the Mountaineers adding their 2 imports that are unfortunately sitting here tonight in, John, what are your impressions of how this team's going to look?
Well, listen, I think Aaron Maxey proved that he's a very capable player. His track record speaks for itself, but then coming into the QBL last year, and not single-handedly, but certainly a key part of the Toowoomba Mountaineers making it back to the final series last year. Maxey is a known quantity. He's going to give you 20 points a night and probably close to 10 boards. Really, with Whitehead is the question mark. He's essentially replacing Jeremy Kendall, who was voted the league MVP last year, and rightfully so. Kendall was a dynamic player who could score and do things and create for other teammates as well. Outside of that, there is some talent here on the Toowoomba roster. You've got Dickerson, Weber has proven himself.
Yeah, Weber's a proven player. He's hit some big shots. The end of last season, they needed to win a game to get into playoffs, and he was huge, banging that 3 to send that game against Northside to overtime.
Yeah.
So he's quite competent there. Malik's been good tonight. Obviously with Cluck not being in the middle, there was a big hole there. And Malik's showing his athleticism that he can be in there. Yeah,
I think, I've talked to Chris from Basketball Expressions about Toowoomba in particular, and he does make a good point that, Cluck he wasn't a guy who filled up the stat sheet, but he was a big body who could rebound, and he could get you points if necessary. But now with him gone off of this roster, Maxey is going to have to guard some of the bigger players in this competition and potentially play some 5. And, that kind of size differential always leads to fouls. And if Aaron Maxey picks up some foul trouble, Toowoomba could be in trouble. But I still think, with the South Pool, it's definitely improved across the board. Gold Coast now is a much improved team. Southwest will be improved as well. So it's really anyone's game.
That's right. Look, Maxey has shown in the past that he's good at actually being able to play the 5 and stay out of foul trouble. But again, if he's forced into that position, when you look around the league and some of the players that are there at the 4 and the 5, you're certainly going to be able to find a mismatch when you're playing the Mountaineers there. So they're going to have to find ways to exploit that and cover that up themselves as well.
Yeah, I think the league is certainly trending more to that kind of 4 guard / wing position and one big man. So, we see quite a few teams that lack that depth inside. We talked a little bit about Brisbane before. Logan last night was a team that well and truly doesn't have, they have Mitch Young, and he's arguably the best big man in the competition. But there's not a lot of depth behind them. I think if we look at all the rosters, Cairns is probably the only one that has some solid depth up front with Tregar and Layton.
Yeah, and speaking of those two, that's who jumped to my mind when you said Young is the best in the league. Now, I've certainly got a soft spot for Mitch Young and the way he plays, but I think Cam and Alex Layton both give him a run for the money on that title at least.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I said arguably. He's got to be up there.
And his his backcourt partner, even Tucker there, he certainly plays a more perimeter-oriented game than Mitch Young. But again, another very quality big, just in more in that that Draymond Green mold of an inside-out type player.
I got to tell you, last night at Logan, I didn't forget how good of a player Justin Baker was.
So Baker's who I was referring to. Thank you.
But I tell you what, he had 17 in the first half, and then he didn't play in the second half. And he did it inside, he did it outside. He guarded 1 through 5 at times throughout the game. So he's a huge piece and a tremendous addition for Logan. And I think really he's the guy who could be a sleeper MVP. I said he's definitely my sleeper MVP pick.
Yeah, that's a solid pick in that line. Last year when the Pirates were up in Gladstone, we played a pretty good game, but the difference in that one was definitely him. He was just really hard for us to guard because of that inside-out factor. He could set an on-ball. We try to show out on a Cedar, and then he's just going to pop out and hurt you. It's a hard matchup, and of course he's still got Cedar there right beside him.
Yeah, and Cedar got hot, as he always does, it seems, at points last night too. So, I can't say it enough, and I'm biased simply because I don't get to see the northern teams play as much. But I certainly think Brisbane and Logan should and will hang with any of those northern teams.
Absolutely. Look, yeah, I go to the gym down there at Logan, so get out and see the boys train occasionally. And look, Mick Cedar's looking as good as I've seen him in quite a few years, and so I think he's going to have a great year this year.
Pantano drains a 3. It's a 22-point lead for Southwest. Probably should talk about the game we're watching here. Sorry, Luke.
I'm sure the guys are watching there at home and seeing the plays, and yes, we will get back on point a little for everyone at home.
Bairstow got an elbow to Malik. Malik needs a break. He's got an elbow to the throat or the chin there.
Yeah, he's having a little trouble breathing from that. Anyone who's had a close encounter with any of the Bairstows has probably experienced that at some point or other.
I don't think there's any intent there. I think Jared plays physical. He uses his body and his strength.
Said if Malik wants to get up and into that space, occasionally he's going to take a bump, and that's going to happen.
And the two of them have been doing battle throughout this entire game. Malik and Jared Bairstow. Malik's going to go right back at Jared. Pantano's going to fire away from 3 again. Back-to-back threes. Cuts the lead to 21.
He's cleared a few cobwebs off the rafters with that one. It was a nice high arc over the closing out player and dropped clean as a whistle.
It certainly wasn't the prettiest, but it still counts.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was going to be an air ball from our angle, but definitely not, dropping in nicely.
I must admit that thought crossed my mind as well. It looked like it was just hanging there and going to drop short, but I mean, it works.
See, it doesn't really matter how it looks in the air as long as it's going through the ring.
Yeah, Pantano on the night. He's got 8 points. He's hit 3. Should have 11 points. He's hit 3 threes. Getting Tolo for the offensive foul.
Was that Tolo or was that Tease? That was Tease.
That was a tease. Wow.
So we're certainly not seeing any veteran calls for our NBL guys here with an offensive foul with a guy hanging all over him.
I got to talk to our resident referee because I can never tell when they do score bench. They do this, they do this. Why can't they just do like that? What's the go?
That's why they talk as well, Johnny. They actually say the numbers so the score bench can work it out if they get it wrong.
All right, Vines floater's good. If Vines can do that and hit that little push kind of floater, I think his game will take another step up. It's a bit inconsistent, that little push shot for me.
Yeah, it's one that when I was coaching last year, always sort of gave me heart flutters. It's not my favourite shot to see, and we're definitely going to see a few this year because Vinesy likes it, and so does Teasy. So hopefully Coach Tate's a little more comfortable with it because he's going to get his fair share.
Weber drives baseline. He's fouled. So that's the second team foul for Southwest. Toowoomba's got 3. 7:45 to go. Bairstow gets his hand on it. Tease comes up with the steal, but then he travels.
Tease was certainly juggling the ball there, but I thought it was okay if you only took 2 steps while you juggled.
I mean, I would have called that a travel as well. Tease was trying to argue. Just a bit slippery there. Off a good steal, though, from Bairstow. Bairstow getting his hands on the ball in the paint. Now Tease swipes one out of the hands of Pantano.
Toowoomba are probably fairly happy with how this margin hasn't blown out here in this second half. They've been able to maintain and run with it.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Dickerson really either, have we?
No, about to check back in, so hopefully he's fresh and ready to make an impact.
Malik with the little floater as well. So it's a 21-point lead here for Southwest. 76-55. We got 7:15 to go. Southwest will want to close and finish strong. Good dump off, but Mitchell blocks Tolo. Great recovery there by Willie Mitchell.
Now shot clock for Vines, attacking it with 4 to go.
Tolo's going to fire from 3, but he drains that one. Gets blocked inside, keeps his focus, and drains a 3.
Why take 2 when you can get 3 at the end?
Tell you, game night presentation has certainly stepped up. We've got smoke machines, we've got the in-house DJ. Malik's baseline jumper is good. He's starting to catch fire a little bit as well here. As it back and forth we go. It's a 22-point lead. Southwest, Toowoomba just will not let Southwest pull away.
No, they're still hanging tough there. Back to your comments here on the game night presentation. A shout out to the Pirates organisation that have really taken it to another level this year. With Peter Pollock running the QBL program and doing a good job. And just the difference that the work Ashley Dionysus has done with the sponsors and the presentation stuff is fantastic.
Yeah, great crowd tonight too for the opening night. Piddle hits the shot from inside. Now on the other end, Malik turns it over. Charles Dickerson's gonna check in. Checking out is William Mitchell, who's given Toowoomba some pretty good minutes on both ends of the court.
Yeah, he's made some good defensive plays and, well, maybe a little unconventional, has found a way to put the ball in the hoop a few times.
Coach Tate's going to take a timeout, so we're going to take one as well with the Southwest Metro Pirates up 81-57. You're watching Pirates basketball on Pirates TV. All right, we're back here at the Hibiscus Sports Complex. 81-57 the lead for Southwest. 6:07 to go in the game. Take a quick look at some stats, Luke. For the Pirates, Bairstow has a double-double, 24 points and 10 rebounds. He's also got 5 assists, so showing his all-around game. Alex Boardman's got 14. Ryan Vine has 13. Tolo's got 10, and Luke Piddle's got 15. I mean, Pirates will definitely take that with Tees starting off with 3 points. So you get 5 guys in double digits, and Brendan Tees isn't one of them. That's a pretty good showing.
It certainly is, and you just look at the efficiencies there. You've got Bairstow at 9 of 13 from the field, and Boardman at 6 of 6. Like, that's a good effort from their front line. Yeah,
Toowoomba is being led by Maliak Malik. He's got 18 points and 6 rebounds. Pantano's got 11. Dickerson's got 10, and that pretty much sums it up for Toowoomba. Tees trying to beat the clock. It's a shot clock violation, though.
I think he may have even stepped out just before the shot came off from the way they whistled that one.
.5:35 to go now. Ebneter is going to hand off for Weber. Weber looking for a screen. Instead, he's going to fire from 3. That's no good. There's a bit of contact there. Vines picks it up. He's on the left wing. Cross-court pass for Piddle. Piddle drives baseline. Oh. He's hammered on his way to the bucket. Malik got the block, but he was fouled by Pantano there going to the berm.
A scrappy trip down the floor from the Pirates there with an interesting pass from Tees to Vines to start it off, and then that good cross-court skip to establish that driving lane for Piddle.
Coach Corcoran still working on the refs. Weber, he's upset about the no call on Weber there.
It must be going back to that play because there's no way you could be complaining about the drive and the foul on that last one.
Yeah, Weber is getting into the referees as well. Could see how frustrated Coach Corcoran is. You find out two of your better players are not going to be able to play in the game. You have to make an adjustment on the fly. I mean, guys know that they're going to have to step up at some points, but it's a different approach to the game when you're coming off the bench as opposed to starting.
That's right, especially when it's not known in advance. When it happens there at the last minute, you know, there were guys that went through their whole warm-up not realizing that they were going to be in that position.
And it definitely increases your minutes as well. Tolo fouls Dickerson on the way to the basket, so Charles Dickerson's going to go to line for 2 shots. Tolo's got 4.
I'm having a bit of a reminiscing moment sitting back here and watching this game tonight, having coached both these organisations and both head coaches having been assistant coaches for me as well. So it's great to see guys that I've worked with out there and running their teams.
$83-59 the score here with just about 5 minutes to go now in the game.
Piddle working the ball on the wing here. Tolo fighting around some screens.
Dickerson looking to pick up the charge, but he fouls Piddle. Ooh, Piddle looks like he hurt his finger there.
And this is calling for his sub there.
Maybe a little dislocated finger or a broken something here.
Not a good sign when the player needs to rush off
he went
like
straight
that.
for the sub. Yeah, he's in a bit of agony. Luke Piddle, he fell awkwardly there. Let's hope he's all right.
Coach Tate having a think and putting Abraham Yak in to replace him.
It's got to be some sort of dislocation or something. They look like they're trying to reset it.
A dispute there that he's the shooter, but of course, as an injured player, he can still come out. So Abraham Yak checking in will be going straight to the foul line.
Well, Yak has yet to get on the board, so good opportunity for him. He's played about 5 minutes in this game. He's got 2 rebounds, but yet to take a shot.
Now, no lineup as he takes this first shot. I didn't see, was there a technical called after that?
Must have been. Yak hits them both.
And now Vine stepping up, so yeah.
Yeah, some sort of technical there. But whether it was on Coach Corcoran or Weber, not sure yet. But Coach Corcoran still working the referees.
Well, my attention was on the injured Piddle and seeing how he was going there and missed that one. Vine's making the extra one for the technical.
So the lead 27 now, 86-59. We're under 5 to go here in the game. Pirates have this one. What do you think, Luke? Can we say they have this one in the bag?
Yeah, they've kept this lead fairly comfortable for a while now. Honestly, I think it's one where they're going to have still a bit of a discussion about what they could have done differently in there. Because, as you said, it's a lead that doesn't feel as big as it is. And they probably could have got a little further. But I think this game's pretty safe for them.
Yeah, I was trying to find that Ipswich Gold Coast score, but live stats don't seem to be updating down there. Sunshine Coast Clippers are up 90-74 over the Sunshine Coast Rip. Let's check Brisbane and Bundaberg for you. Brisbane's up 65-52 heading into the 4th.
Yeah, so a 13-point spread there after being tied at halftime. So obviously Brisbane finally starting to find some range.
Check up north in Cairns and Mackay. And Cairns is up 10, 74-64 over Mackay with 7:20 to go there in that game. And let's have a quick look at Rockhampton and Gladstone. Rocky all over the Power, 98-54. Fines gets it out to Tolo. Pump fakes, got to get the shot off. Another shot clock violation. Coach Tate's got to be frustrated about that one.
Yeah, that's the 3rd or 4th time they've either had the violation or come very close to it, and that's certainly not a good sign for when you are playing those tougher teams that are to come in a few weeks' time.
Dickerson takes an extra step to turn over there for Toowoomba.
When you look at things like those shot clock errors and some of the sloppy play for the Pirates, but still having such an easy win, that can be hard because you've got to go back to practice and focus your team in after they've still had such a comfortable win.
Yeah, 86-63 the win. We'll be broadcasting the Pirates game next weekend for you. I believe it's versus Gladstone on Sunday. We'll have that for you on Nothing But Net Media. As Mitchell gets a block of Boardman. Boardman using his body to create the contact. and he'll get fouled on that second attempt. That's the thing I love about Boardman. He doesn't shy away from the contact. You can hit him as hard as you want. He doesn't mind.
No, he certainly lives for the contact out there. We'll see Jai Blackman checking back in after only a very short run at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Jared Bairstow going to check out. Blackman's going to check in. I think that's going to be the last we see of Bairstow tonight, and he's had a monster game. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists on 9 of 13 shooting from the field. He hit 1 3-pointer as well. The thing that stands out to me is the 5 dimes.
Absolutely. It's, as you mentioned earlier, his all-round game on show there tonight. And I think if we think back, quite a few of those dimes were to Boardman down low. So a combination between the two forwards.
And it'll be interesting to see. We've seen Bairstow work in the paint quite a bit.
A good little drive there by Mitchell to the rim.
Yeah, great aggressive
earning
play
himself
there.
a trip to the line.
Great aggressive move by Mitchell. But as I was saying, when the two bigs come in for Southwest, it'll be interesting to see where Coach Tate plays Bairstow. I know last year with Jared, you had him play everywhere from the 3 to the 5. You'd imagine Coach Tate would probably have some kind of similar option for him.
Well, he gives you that versatility, and that's something that Coach Tate's definitely going to use. You know, he's got the ability to dribble the ball and shoot the ball like a 3-man, but he's got that physical strength that he can play at the 4, and if you need to, the 5.
I mean, ideally, you probably wouldn't necessarily want to play him at the 5 unless, depending on matchups.
That's right. It's a matchup thing there. If you've got someone who's got an immobile big and you can spread the floor and use him out there, you will. But he'll tell you that he certainly prefers to not play that spot, have somebody else doing the early work and be able to use the wider skill set that he offers.
Yeah, we thought we might see another Bairstow in Kieran suiting up for the Pirates tonight. He's not here. I believe the Pirates have him for a couple games early in the season, but I have yet to confirm that.
Look, we did see the press release during the week that was the case. So, you know, for some of those tougher games where his size will be helpful until they get both those imports on deck, that will be very useful for them.
89-65 the lead for Southwest. Got about 2 minutes to go. Tolo's going to fire from 3. That's strong. Long rebound goes off the hands of Charles Dickerson, so Southwest will maintain possession. Coach Tate's going to start calling off the troops a bit here as they take out Boardman and Tolo. Checking in is Christian Pang and Callum Benny.
Look, ends of games can always get a little bit scrappy, and so particularly while you haven't got your full lineup here, you know, you want to get you know, your stud players sat down and safe.
5-4 on the shot clock. Vines is going to fire from 3. That's good. Vines is, I got to have a look at his percentages because he shot the ball very well tonight.
Yeah, he had a couple of misses in the middle section there, but he hasn't taken a lot of shots, so with the makes he's had, I'm sure his percentages won't be too bad.
They're going to get Christian Pang for the foul on Dickerson. So Dickerson's going to go to line for 2 shots. Coach Tate taking out Abraham Yak. Checking in Isaac Deacon. Thought for sure that was going to be Vines coming out, but Coach Tate leaving Vines out with the young fellas.
Yeah, maybe he's just looking to have just a little bit of leadership and experience, and so obviously your point guard gives you that, and Vines is still, you know, only 23 years old, and so not bringing a lot of miles on there to have to worry about a few extra minutes.
Seems like he's been playing QBL forever.
That's what happens when you start young. You know, he's played a lot of games, but yeah, only turning 24 this year.
Yeah, Vines is 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3. He's got 18 points, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. Jai Blackman with the layup. Young Jai, he's another young guy to look out for in the partnership.
Yeah, he's an explosive player. You know, as a point guard, he's still learning that role and how to play and keep other guys involved. But this season's going to be really great for him picking up that experience and some really good guards for him to learn off. Yeah,
Christian Pang picks up his second personal foul. He was doing battle with Will Mitchell.
Yeah, he's got quite a battle there, giving up, I'd say, 5 or 6 inches to Mitchell there, maybe even a few more.
It was with the body too, I think, just trying to stay low on the big fella.
Yeah, Mitchell did a good job at maintaining that contact and again earning his way to the foul line.
1 of 2 from Mitchell. So it's a 26-point lead for Southwest. We're approaching about a minute left in this game. Coach Tate has taken out all his starters, bar the captain, Ryan Vines. So we've got Deacon, Pang, Benny. Here's Deacon, layup attempt, no good, too strong from Pang. Comes up with the offensive rebound, though.
Yeah.
Hands off for Vines. Vines, no-look pass inside for Pang. Pang spins in the paint. Kicks it back out to the captain with 4 seconds to go. No-look pass to Benny. He's swatted from behind by Mitchell.
I think Vines wishing he had one of his starting forwards down there because that was a beautiful pass,
Yeah,
and he's counting the assist already.
Great no-look pass. 2 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pang pass a little bit too strong. Winds up with Weber. Weber going behind the back. They're going to call Isaac Deacon with the personal foul, so Weber will go to the line for 2 shots.
Whilst inconsequential here with the scoreline where it is, not actually a bad foul to give up in terms of a basketball play. Don't give up that easy to make him earn it at the line.
Isaac Deacon saying he didn't touch anybody. Piddle's got his hand all wrapped up. Wonder if they're going to be taking him to the hospital. Looks like he's saying goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, making an early run out of here with his fellow former Northside teammate Boardman, so not a good sign.
No, let's hope he's okay. Blackman nearly has it stolen.
Does well to recover it there. Payne cutting hard to the rim.
Pang throws it up. No good, but they're going to call him for a travel. Thought they were going to call the personal foul here. Referees just going to keep working. They got to call what they see, no matter what the score is, no matter how much time is left.
Absolutely, and I missed that one myself, but a fair enough call.
Mitchell has it, looking inside for Hume.
Good to see this Pirates bench still working hard on defense here as the clock winds down.
Orville flips one up. That's no good. Sid Hume with the follow and up and in. 3 seconds. 1. It's all over here. And the Southwest Metro Pirates going to win their season opener, their first game at home, 94-71 over the Toowoomba Mountaineers. Pretty solid performance all around from Southwest. Definitely some things to improve on, though, for both teams.
Yeah, look, they're only going to be able to take so much from this game given the players that were and weren't there. But both coaches will obviously be looking at the tape and seeing, based on what they did actually do on the floor and comparing that to their game plans and what they're looking to do in situations. And hopefully, going back to their teams, making some adjustments so that they can keep improving as the season rolls on.
Yeah, take a quick look at the final stats for Southwest as a team. They shot 50% from the field, 50% from 2, and 50% from 3. So good job all around shooting for the Pirates. They were 18 of 25 from the charity stripe. They out-rebounded Toowoomba 40-29, so that's a telling statistics. They had 21 assists on their 33 shots made, and they only held them to 14 turnovers and forced Toowoomba into 20 turnovers. Leading the way for Southwest was Jared Bairstow with 24 points and 10 rebounds, 15 and 7 for Boardman. Adam Tolo had 10 and 4 assists. Ryan Vines finished with 18.6 assists, and Luke Piddle had 17 points, and he hurt himself. Hopefully he's all right. Take a quick look at the Toowoomba stats. Leading the way forward, Toowoomba was Malik with 18 points. Charles Dickerson also finished with 18 and 7. Pantano had 11, and that pretty much sums it up for Toowoomba.
Yeah, look, not a great spread for them, and obviously to be expected. We know that the bulk of their scoring is going to come from their 2 imports that we didn't have here tonight.
All right, so that's going to wrap things up for you here from the Hibiscus Sports Complex. I want to thank Luke Peterson. Also like to thank Regan Baker. It's 94-71 the win for Southwest. We'll check in with you guys next weekend. Thanks for tuning in to Pirates Basketball on Pirates TV.